Hey, the first check-in for the Black Company book novel number one in the Black Company series by American fantasy author Glenn Cook, published back in 1984, 2 years before I would graduate, barely, from high school. Um, a grimdark, very much with the kind of a sword and sorcery, kind of grotty, dark, foreboding, kind of feels like Conan, except without a Conan figure. Instead, you have the Black Company, a company of mercenaries who have been taking commissions for 400 years, so says the narrator, Croker, who is the doctor of the company, and also the historian, the analyst, and the one who tends to the annals of the Black Company, so is well aware of its history. Um, it's they are down on their luck. They are definitely seems like a fallen lot from whatever the heights of the Black Company was. They're working for what sounds like a real fifth-rate kind of muscled, warlord type, the Syndic in Beryl, where things are not going well for the Syndic, and they've been approached apparently by a lot of other factions who want to buy them, which, unfortunately they are working for this guy. It does not look like things are going well, that things are going to go down. A strange thing has happened where lightning has struck this mound that apparently was where they imprisoned these strange creatures, like basically were leopards. And they go to investigate, and they find a whole ton of bodies in there. Looks like they've all eaten themselves, but one lived and has gotten loose and is now like a disease vector, killing people and maybe spreading disease or something like that. There's odd things going on. Into this mix comes a black ship, a gigantic black ship, which I think it's the lieutenant looks at and thinks like, there's no way that thing should actually be able to hold together without spells or stuff like that. Apparently, the lieutenant was worked on a ship as a boy, and it's the legate of the title of this thing, a figure almost feminine in its slenderness, and a black gloves, black face mask, speaks in a voice that changes continually, female, male, old, young, kind of hissing, just bizarre. Like each sentence is like a different voice, really freaky. Is the legate, the emissary from the Northern Empire, and the lady who is offering them a job. And they're like, well, we're employed at the moment, as much as we do or do not want to be. It's like, well, we can take care of that. So if we can take care of that, you'll come and work with us, and we'll get you out of here before they rip you apart when the Syndic goes down. The Syndic does go down. The strange were-leopard creature gets into the compound, kills and kills and kills. There seems to be the implication that the one that they actually they battled, isn't the one they captured. There is a figure inside of a treasure chest who's cowering, and Croker kind of looks away, and when they looks back, it's shut again. And March, who is sort of one of the company psychopath, is sitting on top. In the skirmish, one of the wizards of the group, they have basically kind of different disciplines. One of them may be surgeon, another one is wizards. We've got One Eye and Tom Tom, who seem to be like these black kind of witch doctor types who've joined up with the company. The company's basically, it's like reminds me of the Watch, the the what the hell they called it, the night watch or whatever the hell, in Game of Thrones, which you would go to. You take the black in the north. This is what these guys are. They're basically, we had nowhere else to go. We're probably on the run from the law, or whatever other horrible troubles. We don't talk about it. It's like prison. You never talk about what your past was or your troubles or what you're in for. And that's what this kind of group is. They're very much are professional soldiers. They bitch at each other. They grouse. They they're looking for their own best chances, but they follow orders. They trust their captain, who is a guy who is a bit of an enigma in himself, and they get the fuck out of town after all this is over, and take to the sea to take them north to the Dark Lady, which the Dark Lady is about as old as the company, or at least 400 years ago. She and her lover, the Dominator, were finally defeated. They and the 10 taken wizard men who had fallen, sucked into their influence, were all interred in barrows for a 400-year sleep. But at some point, the lady and the taken have gotten out and have reset up their northern empire, and are battling the people who are not really happy that they've come back out. These are the folks that at the end of the episode, at the end of this chapter, they're given the badge, and they are now under one of the factions in there, one of the taken, which is what the legate is. It is the Soul Catcher, is his name, their name. Soul Catcher is the faction they belong to, and we'll now enter into the battles with all the different other factions. The Limper, I think, being the very first one that comes up in the next chapter, which I've slightly started on. So yeah, that's the first chapter of the Blck Cmpny. I really enjoy just the atmospheric, kind of dark, kind of grottiness of it, and just that none of these guys are like good guys. I like the fact that it's told from very much the grunt, kind of near grunt position of this doctor in the thing, where this is somebody who knows how to patch up shit. Is his, he's not a surgeon or anything like that. He's a doc who knows how to patch up shit and do as best as he can with what I'm sure is quite primitive medical knowledge. So yeah, I will leave it there with the Blck Cmpny.